Well, the meteor thing I think was Microsoft's EA conference. We got Keanu motherfucking Reeves on stage. How do you feel about that?
That I was not prepared for
I
that. Like
did
it
not
was
expect
it was
that.
a solid demo. I thought it was also sad that so we saw and it was interesting to see people who hadn't seen the last Cyberpunk trailer, the big long 45-minute one.
With
So in
gameplay.
that, you got to get to meet the one guy a little bit, and this one they fucking kill him.
Yeah,
Like
that was
he's
weird.
just dead. Like there was no like he's dead now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, I wasn't attached, but I am now.
Well, you could say, I'm not sure what point that happens in the game, but now we know that will happen. That's a story beat that will happen. It's a bummer to
It
see
seems like it must happen like immediately. Because if
It's
they're
possible.
going to give this shit away, this has to be in like you saw in the last one about how you meet that gangster guy.
that. Yeah, with the gold
And,
arm.
yeah, and he brings
Like
you
Rick
into his
Ross.
world. So this all has, I mean, that's probably the first like 2 hours of gameplay.
You're 100% correct where for it to not matter, it has to be at the beginning. Otherwise, don't show us something at the end. I don't think they had to show us that to still show off you ending up in that junkyard where Keanu finds you. I don't think they had to show us that character die. Or maybe that character can live. They haven't said that that's going to happen, but
I don't think he's going to survive. He
No.
looked pretty fucking dead in there. I mean, that'd be really cool if he does come back.
or
maybe
there's a
maybe
choice.
the same way you did
Mm,
in the graveyard.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, Keanu, man, he was my favorite word of all time. He was adorkable.
Adorable. Yeah.
He was uncomfortable. He was out of his element, and he was
You
in
could
it by
tell.
the end of it. Like that moment that everyone's been making memes of. What was it? You're breathtaking.
Yeah.
Was so cute. They gave the guy that yelled out "You're breathtaking" a free copy of the
Yep,
game, which
that's
is
awesome.
not something you should be encouraging by any means.
That's the thing, yeah, because I mean, we'll find in other conferences too, like Bethesda's. There was a guy yelling the entire time, just like,
Yeah,
just
he was
chill a little
pretty.
bit.
Well, I mean, I guess he didn't understand like. I mean, it's weird because that was like a fake crowd to begin with, or some shit, because those reactions were
With
not
Bethesda's?
genuine. Yeah,
There was that front row that was super hyped over like some of their the ESO, the Elder Scrolls Online, and other like card game stuff. I'm like, okay, but maybe they were
right,
super dorks.
exactly. Like stuff that's like no one gives two shits about
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Swords.
These 10 people did. They got 10 people from all across the country who gave a shit.
But it
and
was
put
so,
them
and that's the thing that confused me is I can't tell if it was like a whole crowd of like people that were like paid to be super loud, or if it was, or they're just employees and they're told, be super loud or your job is gone.
Yeah.
Or if it was a case of the applause was added in post,
Gotcha.
because the audience to me didn't look like they would be that loud.
Yeah, that's true. It could be a production thing sometimes, or maybe the mic for the audience is too loud and not managing that compared to the actual footage of what's being shown. I don't
It
know.
still seemed pretty, but I mean, like if you were gonna get an audience screaming that loud, it's because you have a goddamn magician that pops up on the stage and they're like, "And you get a big dick, and you get a big dick." Like
Look under your chairs. Everyone has a big dick. Yeah.
everyone has a big dick now. That's
See
where-
that reception, I would understand for Keanu Reeves because that totally came out of once they're showing the scene. And I hear that voice. I'm like, that sounds like Keanu. And then
I
he
didn't
bends
hear
down.
the voice. I
Ah.
didn't think it sounded like Keanu.
Yeah.
That was
Which was like dope enough, but then he's on fucking stage. I was like, this is awesome. I love they win the show just for that alone.
Yep.
Because there's very few moments like that, I feel like lately. And that was on top of everything. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And we got a release date for that, April 16th, 2020, which is way sooner than we all thought.
That's
I think.
way sooner. I think we I don't know if you were kind of the consensus that it was next gen, but I was the consensus that it was next
What's
gen.
interesting with that too is so we'll get to that, but Xbox also talked about their plans for their next gen console, which is releasing holiday season 2020.
Yeah.
The weird thing about that is if you get Cyberpunk, you wait 4 or 5 months or 6 months, and then you have the next gen. Do you have to buy it again? Because I want to play Cyberpunk on the next gen console.
Yeah.
So it's kind of they're in a weird window there. But yeah, it's definitely sooner than we thought. It was kind of rumored to come out or shooting for September this year or November, but they had to push it, which I think it's fine to work on that game longer. But
Yeah.